Hey guys, I'm J-Mac. This is Raid Shadow Legends, and today I want to talk about an epic champion that I maxed out, Fodbar the Bard. Now, if you excuse me, I'll probably say Fodbar a few times because the Fodbar and the Bard have been slipping together. I had to catch myself when I was kind of talking to myself about him. Anyways, bards, love bards. My days in EQ, I was a bard. EQ2, I was a dirge and a box of troubadour. So very familiar with bards. Did a pretty good job with him aesthetically. I love the monocle and the pop. I would have liked to seen a couple more instruments on him. Maybe throw a drum or tambourine or something back there too. But got the horn, little guitar, not bad. Anyway, Fodbar. Let's look at his skills. Just about did it there, Fodbar. Alright, A1 is a triple hitter with a 15%, can buck up to a 30% chance of placing 100% heal reduction for 2 turns. This right here pretty well automatically qualifies him for Fire Knight. He has a place for, a couple areas in the game, but Fire Knight, it seems like that's what he was made for, just because of the A1. The A2, go to a 3-turn cooldown, is a single target, 80% chance, books up to 100 of stealing 2 random buffs, and then a 800% chance of placing a stun if the target has no buffs. So I really like that you're either going to steal buffs or place a stun. The A3 is an AoE, can book up to 100% chance, placing the big decreased defense for 2 turns. It is on a full 4-turn cooldown. It would have been cool if that could be on a 3-turn. But that's really about all I would ask to be changed for him to make him a little more viable, is just having that decreased defense put for a 3-turn cooldown. Um, so he can come in handy some with wave clearing just because of the AoE decreased defense. The A2, very situational. It's nice getting a stun on somebody, but if you have that one person that you need to get buffs off of or strip buffs, I mean, it's handy. It's not something you need all the time, but there are situations where that's nice. So I really think his A1 isn't necessarily his best skill set there, but it's what gives him a place in the game, and that's for Fire Knot. Blessing, I went with Cruelty. More attack HP, a little more crit damage and speed. Just because of using the A1, hitting 3 times, he can decrease defense by 4% per hit. So it won't take him long on a boss to, get that 20% uh, of defense brought down. So for artifacts, decided to go with a speed set, perception, divine speed. He has a base speed of 100, which isn't bad for an epic. So I did the divine speed just because he is an attack-based champion and is given that little bit extra survivability start, a little bit of shield. And it's kind of one of those things too that if you are going for speed and you've got speed sets, I'm always going to pick divine speed over normal speed because it never hurts to have that little extra shield go up. And then perception just because he needs accuracy. So went with boots, speed. Since he is an attack-based champion, I did go ahead and build him with a 100% crit rate, just to try to get as much damage out of him as I can. So got some crit rate, crit damage on my boots. Went with an attack chest, good rolls on crit damage, a little bit of accuracy. I went crit rate gloves. Obviously, anybody trying to get damage out of crit damage gloves, but for gear that I have, without swapping a bunch of stuff over, crit rate percent. Got some good attack, crit damage. Then more crit damage, crit rate, speed, more crit rate, speed, accuracy, then more speed, accuracy, and then picking up as much HP and defense where you can just to help keep the dude alive. Went with attack ring, mainly because it gave me a little bit of everything right there, and that's where my rolls went with more HP, attack, and defense. Crit damage on the neck, got good rolls on the accuracy, and I did go accuracy banner. Horrible rolls for just the flat stat HP, but yeah, I think it was the only accuracy banner I had for my dwarves in the 6-star, so I'll take the extra HP. So for his total stats, I got up to 33K. On the HP, would love to have that a little bit higher. Attack, since he's not a true nuker. I mean, you're not be dropping 100K, 200K hits. I'm happy with that. Obviously, the more you get, the more little bit of damage he's going to do. Defense, would love to have that higher just because of how low his HP is. Speed, I'm happy with 236. Got him at the 100% crit rate, 200% crit damage. Wasn't too concerned about resist. Did want to put some accuracy on him. For where I'd be running him at, that's probably a little much, but just playing around with him, it never hurts to have a little more accuracy. For masteries, I think there's a few ways you can build him, but let me scoot myself over here. But I think this is going to be fairly straightforward. Go down offensive side. Do want to get Giant Slayer because he has that triple hitter he's going to be utilizing. And then went down the support, pick up a little more accuracy. Sniper for trying to get that heal reduction going. Also, chance of trying to get that heal reduction going for another turn or any of his other debuffs that he's landed. Let me straighten back up here. So, I mean, you can deviate a little bit from this, I think. But I think it's pretty well where you'd have his masteries at. Like I said, you may move a few of these around, but basically just do what you can, get Giant Slayer. Just give him a little more damage. So that's him in a quick nutshell, but let's see what we can do. And let's just go ahead and go to Fire Knot. Potion keeps, I think it's going to depend on affinity matchups. Especially, I can't remember, I always forget whether it's Spirit or Magic or maybe both, that they throw those buffs up and you want to get them down just to make the fights a little easier. So, there's chances he can work there. It just depends on affinity matchup, accuracies, and all that. Spider, he's not going to be very good in. I think Ice Golem, you'd have to build him a lot stouter or be rolling with a crew that's got, unkillable, good, defensive buffs. Minotaur is probably not going to do anything good for you there. Dragon's Lair, he'd probably do all right. And I think any of these at the lower levels with that AoE decreased defense, he could probably, help you with wave clearing. But I think this is probably the best dungeon he's going to shine at. So I was rolling with, I can't remember who, someone else that had a couple hits on A1. And I had to come to Arbiter because Cold Heart, I don't think Fodbar ever died, but I did a few test runs. I think I had Visix because she does the shield and the ally protect. But Cold Heart kept dying, and plus with the squishy as Fodbar is, I had to get somebody that could revive. So I got Cardial Healer. He can keep everybody healed just fine, but his ally attack really comes in useful against Fire Knot. Allure, oh my gosh, she was a game changer for me when I pulled her. Her turn meter manipulation is awesome. Awesome. Of course, Fodbar we just looked at. Cold Heart's got the 4-hitter on the A1 and then the A3 that does so much damage. And like I said, Arbiter, she brings a lot to the table. Increased attack, turn meter, but mainly my reviver. And she does have a 2-hitter on the A1. So that's better than just a single hit. But we'll run through. Like I said, he's not going to be putting up huge numbers. And let me slow it down here. Right there, the A3 got decreased defense on everybody. He was hitting 17, 18K. And that's, like I said, nothing to complain about since he's probably more of a support champion, even though he's attack based. But that was the A2, 90K. So he can be built on the A2 to, hit decent. That was the A1. So, I'm going to say he's your average run-of-the-mill epic as far as damage goes. 8Ks on that A1. And that's probably the only disadvantage. I just wish that A3 was on a 3-turn cooldown instead of 4. But there he goes. Decreased defense on everybody. So, like I said, he's definitely got a role in other areas of the game. It's just the bad thing is you got Deacon Armstrong. Deacon can do the same thing, decrease defense on everybody. Got codes where you can get him free. So I mean, if you don't have Deacon, then yeah, you're going to be decent to run for a while. But I'd say as soon as you got Deacon, if you're using Fodbar for that decreased defense, Deacon's going to take that over in a heartbeat. And plus, I mean, they're both Spirit Affinity, but this right here, this is where he's going to do awesome at. I'll slow it down a little bit. Well, wait till it gets his turn. So, 3-hitter on the A1. That's what you're looking for, Fire or Not. Get that shield down. And then once you do, you can start getting those hill reductions. But I think Cold Heart hit the hill reduction, and he was able to put the decreased defense on him. So he's just all around great for Fire or Not. Ooh, almost getting up to 30K on that A1. Of course, had the weekend and decreased defense going. So he's probably one of those that if you get him, or like most champions, it seems, that aren't just awesome, you get him early on. Him, I don't see any harm in building. I definitely build him up to 40. If by the time you get 40 and you don't have any other debuffers that can do a decreased defense, take him on up to 50. Probably by the time you get to 50, you can get somebody that's got, that decreased defense. I think, was it War Maiden is the rare you can get? Let me look real quick, because I can't remember if hers is a single target or if she is AoE. I bet I have her in the vault. Yeah, right there. Let's look at. Can I look at her from there? No. Probably could have done the index. Oh, come on, lag. We'll just look at her right here. Maybe if I get my mouse working. Let's see. She level 50. There she is. Her skill sets. Yeah, so she's got the AoE 75%, can buck up to 100. I think Fodbar, being an epic champion, you're going to be able to build him up. Of course, she's got missing gear. Kind of missing some anyway. You'll be able to build him up a little stouter, but War Maiden is a free champion you can get for Army Campaign. She brings that AoE decreased defense, easier to book because she is a rare. So, like I said, very, very iffy if you pull him to build him up. Like I said, chances are you're probably going to get Deacon from promo code. Deacon is going to be a better useful everywhere. Just because he can do the turn meter manipulation, he does the decreased defense, and then he can, do a little leech on the A1. But I'd say, if you're struggling for champions with Fire Knight, then yeah, build Fodbar up wherever you need to get Fire Knight accomplished. And usually by the time you get playing in the game, you're going to get more champions. Oh, he's all the way up here because of his awakenings. And he'll probably get replaced pretty quick. But for now, I'll probably keep him on my farming team. I don't try to go for speed on any of those dungeons. I've learned that slower teams I have for Ice Golem, Fire Knight, Dragon, it gives me time to do other things. Spider is fast and furious, 18, 20 seconds. The other dungeons takes a few minutes. So if I got 50 multi-battles, I can get my computer running and I'm going to do something else in life because I've got a lot to do. A lot to get caught up on work-wise. But anyway, that's Fodbar. Again, he's good for what he does. It's just he gets replaced, I think, pretty easily with Deacon. But he can definitely help you out, Fire Knight. There'll be those secret rooms on the Doom Tower. Faction Wars, that decreased defense, that can help a lot there. Especially Faction Wars, it's hard to get champions together. But anyway, a few places he can shine. A few places he's not. So there you go. Fodbar. Thank you guys for watching. If you wouldn't mind subscribe, I'd greatly appreciate it. And I hope you have a very blessed day. Bye.